right now we're looking at Nas on the weekly. Okay, overall structure pretty solid. Zooming into where current price is, okay, we do have price barely holding 20K. Okay, we did get cooked on some higher buys around 20K earlier this morning. But as we saw price fall back into the imbalance on the weekly, that was a prime area to catch continuation buys because the market is still bullish overall. And we did close above the previous month high here with a full body candle. Okay. That also lets us know that price wants to go bullish. Also, we do have this imbalance order block play here. So price did go into there and we did get a nice sell reaction, right? I'm not surprised we did get this. When it comes to smart money, there's no real inefficiencies on the weekly time frame. So I do like that. The only inefficiency we had was this imbalance right in there. And besides that, we had this imbalance right in here where price did mitigate so far. Obviously there's more zones as you go lower. There's more inefficiencies, but we'll see. We'll see what price wants to do. I know there's a lot of talk about, when the market's gonna crash. We're at all-time highs, things like that, and that could be true. That could be true. But as far as the structure goes, that's why I'm so fond of structure, because it does take out the emotions, in my opinion, and it just gives you the concrete evidence. So if you get clapped, it is what it is. At least you followed, the same type of evidence that you always follow. And, if you win the trade, hey, guess what? It all came based off the same type of information. So again, we did feel some of this imbalance right in there. Going down to the daily. Okay, going down to the daily. Again, that's the previous monthly high, and we did break above it. Now we see more in detail what's going on. We did tap into these institutional candles as well, and we see price doing a nice mitigation from there. So don't mind that as well. We swept the weekly lows. Obviously, it would be great, to see price give you the discount. 50% off of this whole move would be around here 19,350, right? Pretty solid. And as you take a look here, there's more inefficiencies in between. You see these imbalances. You see more of these starting points right there. Right now, we haven't really broken beneath this daily low here. Okay, if we're looking at this wick, we haven't really broken beneath that daily low. So for me, I'm still going to hold buys until we see this daily low get broken beneath. And if that happens, then I'll wait patiently to catch price inside of the discount zone of this entire move up. Again, around 19,300, 19,350. But until I see the evidence present itself, we did sweep the liquidity beneath these lows. As we see here, we did sweep that liquidity. And as you see, we did get a reaction. So that makes sense as well. Going down to the 4-hour. This was also the original play. One of the original plays. I know we started off the challenge, $100 challenge here. Price went over 1,500 pips, 1,800 pips. And as we got to this area, we did like this inverted setup here. And this was the stop loss. So as we look to the right, price did stop us out today. We did get pretty cooked on this. It is what it is. But, we still going to rebuild. Rome wasn't built in a day, but we have to rebuild. We did sweep some major liquidity, which I'm happy we did. I'm happy we did. And, once you see some liquidity sweeps, price does tend to, recover pretty nicely. If it doesn't, then obviously it wants to find lower zones like we mentioned before. It's perfectly fine. But as of right now, we're still active here. This stop loss was not truly violated, right? Because we never closed beneath these lows with a full body candle. In order for this stop loss to be truly invalid, in order for this inverted setup that we see here to be invalidated, we would need to see price break beneath these lows here with a full body candle. Once that happens, then that lets us know that price wants to continue lower. Until that happens though, this setup is still valid. Still valid, still holding strong. Okay. I know yesterday, what's his name? Powell tried to cook us, and he, we were saved for a minute. Price recovered very nicely, but as we see, we could not break above these highs. And as you see, this was the result. All right, that was the result. No worries though. Looking more zoomed in on the 1 hour. Of course, there was even evidence of selling. We had liquidity. We swept above the highs, broke beneath the lows right here, came back for that retest. Boom. Once again, boom, and then nasty sell-off. So that did make sense, but again, we are still overall bullish. So that's why I am going to just stick to the buys, stick to the buy bias. Okay, going down more time frames. Again, same thing. You see it more clearly. If you didn't see it before, again, that's the consolidation. And then we swept that, broke above, retested. Price played around, retested once more, flew, and then we came into this distribution where we broke beneath, right? And then we ended up selling off drastically, but still maintaining this original setup here. Still maintaining that for now, allegedly. So we're going to, hold these buys here, take these buys. Another reason why, if we zoom in to what's happening here currently, right? We're not just taking buys for no reason. I know we're in the zone, but just because we're in the zone doesn't mean it has to be respected, right? This can easily get clapped. We have no idea. But just to have more reassurance that the zone is valid, is you have to wait for another setup to happen where current price is. So what we're going to do is zoom in here on current price to see exactly what's happening. And if we see another buy setup as the one we saw here, then that lets us know that, hey, there's a higher probability that this original setup here is still valid over here in current price action. Okay, so we're going to zoom in to the same area. Again, it's right here. We're just zooming in on the 15-minute. I see the setup. I'm not sure if you all see the setup, but let me go to the 5-minute. Maybe it's more clear. Okay, we see it right here. Price does give us a low and then a high. And then we sweep the lows. We tried to break above the highs. Couldn't quite do it. We wicked it. Tapped into some imbalances, things like that. Efficiency. Now it was inefficient. Now maybe it's efficient at that time, and then price sells off once more, filling in more imbalance, mitigating off of other structure inside, and then we finally break above these highs, the original highs. These highs, every high broken above just provides more evidence. See here, we didn't break above these, so we need this next. So, and then price did come back for the mitigation to respect the setup. Stop loss here, new stop loss off of this setup, tighter stop loss. And then here's current price action. Let me go ahead and mark this up because I am going to send this in the chat. Those are the highs. Those are the lows. Stop loss right there. Boom. And then your long position tool, I always enter at the very top right there. So anywhere between there and here is valid. It's about 146, 150 pips. Okay. It's going to be a swing trade to continue the trend. Overall bullish. And obviously you want this to be a 1 to 3. It's going to be somewhere here. So as we clear the highs, you can take partials at every high, right? Here, you can take partials. Here, you can take partials. The next highs, and so on and so forth. 1 to 3, 1 to 4 is right here. Obviously, we want to see price clear all this out. So of course you take partials along the way. Whatever your trading plan is, I want to see price at least clear these highs. And then once that happens, I'll most likely close 90% of the position. And then as we retrace, if we retrace, I'll be looking for another setup somewhere over here. Boom, somewhere like that. Once we do break above, just to reposition, but still want to secure some profits along the way. Want to build the account. Let's see what we got. Let me zoom in real quick. I am going to send this in the chat so you guys have it for yourself. Boom. All right. That's going to be Nas for now. Just looking at that. Tune in for the next one. Let's get